Hello everyone. I welcome you all to HOSP IAS, an online study initiative for UPSC and civil services examination. In this video, we will discuss classical thinker Henry Fayol, who is known as father of administrative management in public administration. So let's begin. Who was Fayol? Fayol was a French engineer who was working in mining industry. He gave principles of management under his work named as Administration Industrielle et Generale, which got translated in English in 1949. Now, Fayol was contemporary of Taylor, who gave scientific management model, which we will be discussing in our upcoming videos. What was Fayol's core concern that brought him to propose these principles of management? Now, Fayol wanted a common theory for all organizations, that is, it should have all one size fits all approach. He gave a general administrative theory and believed organizations to be goal-driven entity and had only the quest for organizational effectiveness and no scope for any other thing. Now, to achieve the organizational effectiveness, Fayol gave 14 principles of management, summed up with 5 functions of management, including planning, organization, controlling, etc., plus sound management, plus core activities, all gave organizational effectiveness when summed up. So what was this core common activities that were carried by every organization? Now the 6 common activities we will discuss them. The first activity, the technical activity or the production, which generally means producing or generating something. The commercial activity is nothing but the activity that is born to generate something and sell it to the target clientele. Similarly, financial activity included finances that are required to buy machines, land, building, plant, supply chain vehicle, etc. Accounting activity included auditing of accounts, that is, how much was produced, how much was sold, how much profit or loss the organization has made. And also, this activity is also mandatory under many laws and legislations. Security activity. Security activity includes physical guarding, buying and insurance, cyber security, intellectual property rights, etc. for all aspects like cash, inventory, data, software, etc. Now, managerial activity. This activity among all the activities is the most important because it had these 5 functions that Fayol talked about, including planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. Now, planning included forecasting the future, making some action plans to best utilize those forecasts. This was generally done by the head or some person who was in top position in an organization. Now, organizing. Organizing included building a structure or network of HR within the organization. It involved plans, segregation, or role segregation, which had distribution of functions. Now, commanding. Commanding, as described by Fayol, is maintaining an activity among the personnel. That is, commanding or giving actions to a junior or an employee. Coordinating. Coordinating involves integrating or split up its overall goals, plans among various departments or branches, but should not mean a divergence at the end of the day. Controlling. Controlling actions, behavior, and performance in accordance with the pre-established plan includes like measuring people's performance, comparing with plans and standards, identifying deviations, casual analysis of those deviations, corrective action for future. So these were the functions under which the 14 principles of Fayol generally floated. So let's discuss the 14 principles of Fayol one by one. Now, the number one principle of Fayol was the division of work. That is, it was specialization and had a certain SOP, that is, a right man for right job, to avoid least possible chopping and changing, and avoid frequent readjustments and relocations to prevent vacuums. Similarly, the second principle, the authority and responsibility, that is, it should be co-equal and coterminous because the authority should have the right to take decisions, right to issue commands, right to exercise control over juniors, and right to take corrective or disciplinary actions against the employee. Now, the third principle was the discipline. It was a system of obedience and control. It had rules and procedures or code of conduct to be followed. For example, civil servants have this codified conduct of rule to be followed. Similarly, there was this unity of command, that is, to receive a command from only one supervisor, and there should be no duality or multiplicity of command that would create confusion and conflict. Number fifth, unity of direction. Now this this principle recommends one director, that is overall one director. Example: production head, marketing head, finance head, management, etc. Scalar chain. Now scalar chain was a vertical unbroken scale which had a relationship about superior and subordinate. That is, who commands whom. Later, scalar chain was known as hierarchy by Max Weber, who gave his different model. Now, scalar chain was a channel of communication in which a superior's command is considered absolutely sacrosanct no matter what the subordinate thinks. Number seven, centralization. Now, centralization was authority centralized is just one level which may have just a single position at the very top of organization. For example, CEO. Right? 8. Subordination of individual interests to group. That is, the broader goal shall prevail if individuals' goal differ from the organization. That is, the organization should be selfless and should work as a team rather than an individual working for his own interest. Number 9, order. Now, order was nothing but orderliness or methodiness throughout the organization. It was systematic ways and means and standard of operation of procedures. Uh, Number 10, stability of tenure of personnel. Stability of tenure of personnel included like fixed term for employees who were working to avoid situations like tension, confusion, insecurity, and erosion of confidence. For example, as you know, civil servants like IAS and IPS officers are given a security of tenure and are very much given immunity from criminal proceedings or civil proceedings. Remuneration. Now, remuneration is timely and fair rising remuneration given to all employees according to their loyalty and the type of work that they commit to do. Initiative. Initiative includes new ideas, new methods, suggestions by workers, which shall be rewarded if we bring this type of initiative. But this initiative should be within the limit or ambit of the authority and discipline. That is, it should not overcome the domain of what the managerial head is performing the function for. Similarly, equity. Equity is fairness in interpersonal relationship and treatment, and all employees should be equitously treated without any bias or prejudices or any partiality. Now, the 14th one is the esprit de corps, or the spirit of being in team. It was recommended to bring a spirit of fraternity and teamwork among employees throughout the organization. Now, this work was also to bring out harmony and individuals' effort, which should be convergent rather than divergent. So these were the 14 principles. Now to remember this, we have a short trick to remember these principles. DED, UC, USSR, O, IC. So this is a small short form that you can remember. So as you can see, D here stands for division of work, A for authority and responsibility, and D for discipline. So this comprises of DAD, UC, U is for unity of direction, and C for command. USSR is nothing but S for scalar chain, again S for centralized subordination, R for remuneration, S for stability, E for equity, E for esprit de corps, and I for initiative. So as you can see, that UCUSSROIC. This is a short form to learn these principles and quickly remember them. Now, what were the features of Fayol's principle? Now, Fayol's principle were very much a true belief. That is, if you follow these principles, it was a sure short way to achieve this organizational effectiveness because it was scientifically derived. These were generic principles which were applicable to every organization irrespective of their domain of working. Now, this Fayol's principle had a structural emphasis due to which there were about nine principles which were kind of very structural in nature, and it had room for a flexibility of 14 principles. That is, like this 14 number was not constant, or it can depend upon organization to whether increase or decrease the principles depending upon how much or what is the goal of the organization. So this concludes our discussion on the Henry Fayol's administrative management. I hope you have understood these principles, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Please like, share and subscribe and share it with your fellow aspirants. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.